Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me this afternoon for a very short and quick Creativerse mod pack update. As you can see in the background, we've got a new vanilla background, but then if you take a look at the bottom left there, you'll see it says Lite Edition. I've separated the mod pack now into two different editions. We've got the Lite Edition, which focuses more on the vanilla building aspect, hence why there's this new vanilla background, and then you've got the Standard Edition, which is the edition that you've already been playing with before, and the one I'm using to be the Let's Build, which will be the continuation of what was already there, you know, with the conquest, etc. So there's not much in the way of differences between the two, except that this particular edition, the Lite Edition, removes the dependency on conquest. Unfortunately, the way the Conquest Reforged mod works, that's the mod that adds 900 some odd plus 3D models. It's that mod itself that actually added all the textures. So removing the Conquest texture pack didn't remove all the textures. The texture pack itself, or rather the resource pack, simply added the additional texture information, such as connected textures, metadata, that kind of stuff. So that was removed, and the mod was also removed, and that leaves us with this vanilla building experience. There are a few other things that were removed. I've removed biomes aplenty, as it just adds a little extra detail to the world, which was no longer needed. But things like realistic terrain generation is still there. As you can see, we've got this nice river just sort of branching through here. Fluffy trees, you know, from better foliage is still in, although that's optional, you can turn it off. Optifine is no longer a requirement, but if you want the shaders like I have, still a good idea to add it, but it's entirely optional. And that was pretty much it in the way of removals. Both the Lite Edition and the Standard Edition have been slightly updated, in that the dynamic surroundings mod has been updated, so it's no longer going to shout at you when you log in saying I've been updated. And one extra feature, you might just see a little clue there in the bottom corner. I have added placeable items to both versions, and what this basically allows you to do is place 3D modelled versions of all of the vanilla stuff, or almost all of them. Not all of them have got 3D model just yet. I noticed most of the tools don't, but the swords do, and they are directional, as you can see. These have been added to both Lite Edition and Standard, just as an option if you want that extra decorative detail. I quite like them, but it does also add 3 new things. It adds a plate, which, by the way, you have to shift and click to place all of these. If you just right click, nothing happens. And basically this allows you to right click, you don't have to shift click onto these to place food, but you do have to shift click to place anywhere else. They're kind of cool. There's also the saddle stand, again shift click, and then I'm just going to place that on there. There's also the horse armor stand, which is kind of self-explanatory. I'm just going to slap that on there. So it adds those as extra little details, and some of them are actually quite interesting. Slime balls you can place on the ground, but they can also be placed upside down. After all, they are sticky. And things like books. The book and quill's an open book. That's really nice detail for maybe a shelf or on a desk. And they've all got their own different little models that I like to play around with. So that's an added little option for both the Standard and Lite. But otherwise, guys, that's it. It was mostly just to separate out 2 editions. One for those who like all the extra details and models, and one for those of you who prefer that more subtle vanilla building experience. So that's it, guys. Thank you very much. These have already been approved on Curse. They're ready to go and download. If you just click update, it's on Curse. It's probably going to go ahead and download Standard Edition. If you want the Lite Edition, just go into versions and choose 1.0.2 Lite Edition, or whatever the Lite Edition is by the time you get around to doing that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And do you know what? I'm going to go build. Yeah, I'm going to go build. I'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks for watching.